This is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I'm coming to you with a cute little project that I'm working on, and I'm going to show you what I've been making. I was so excited to receive this die here, and I apologize for the glare. Let me see if I should just take it out. This die here, and this is by Nicole Silhouette. I wanted to pick this up, first of all, because I think it's such a cute design. It makes a little perfume bottle, and I wanted to make some shakers with it because that's how she designed it, was so that we could make shakers. And I'm going to show you what cuts out using that die. This smaller piece here cuts out a shape that looks like this. It's almost like a little flower petal, if you will. And then it also cuts out this border piece here, which I think is really neat. Then, of course, you can cut out your base layer with this piece here, which I did here, and I'll show you my example. I went ahead and cut it out of some really pretty Maggie Holmes paper, and I backed it up because I like it to be sturdy. Plus I'm going to be giving these away, so I did stamp to and from on the back there, and then on the front I stamped a phrase that says more sunshine and flowers. And for that I used this stamp here, and let's see if you can see it there. And it is a little Maggie Holmes stamp set that I recently got. I thought that looked really cute with that paper line. And then if you use both of them together, like so, if you stack them like that, then you can get your layer that will cut out your foam piece that will allow it to have that cushion, of course. And also you can cut out the top, what will be the cover of your shaker. And then here's that smaller piece. What I did was that I embossed mine with an embossing folder that I have from Tonic Studios, and that looks like this. It has a lot of pretty little flowers and hearts. So I used that. Oh, and then the background piece here, the one that's just that solid piece, I also used that to cut out the acetate that I adhered to the back of the gold paper. So that made it quite easy, which is why I wanted to pick it up, because I found that to be really useful. Here's the foam. See how nicely it cuts out? So, and this is the thicker kind, but that's how great those dies are, that they even cut that out no problem. So what I did, of course, was that I took my piece of gold paper, I adhered it to the acetate piece, I layered my other little gold piece of paper there, and then I went ahead and adhered them to the foam, creating that little sandwich. So it was paper, acetate, then foam. Hopefully you can notice that. Okay, and that came together quite easily. And then, or actually the other way, no, I wanted to point out, and I'm correcting myself, because I did want to point out that I did do that on these, okay, where I did the, let me pick up the right one so I can show you. I did do that on these, which was the paper, the acetate, and the foam. And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, I'm doing it in the wrong order. So that's why I wanted to come along and show you guys, because I made that mistake and I should have done it in this order instead, which is the backing paper, the designer paper, and then the foam. So that way you can put on the other pieces like a little lid. If you're going to make the shakers, put your foam on the bottom piece. It makes it a lot easier. I went ahead and put some cute little sequins together, and what I did was that I started looking at the Maggie Holmes papers that I'm working with on this project, and I thought, I'm going to just pick up colors that remind me of the papers, regardless of how they look in this little bowl, and then I'm just going to use that as my mix. And if the pieces are too big, I'll just take them out. It's okay, because sometimes it just takes seeing it in there to see whether or not you're going to like it. Like, I already know that these holographic ones are probably going to be too big for this, so I'll just take those out. So I'm just using my hands, of course, here to scoop that up, but if you have better tools like the little spoons and that sort of thing, then of course you would do that. So that looks nice to me. So now I can go ahead and put my little topper on. What I did also was that, as I mentioned, I embossed those, and I thought it would be neat to just have that little message kind of hidden behind there, because I had thought to put something on the front, And that was another thing that I changed my mind on, was the sentiment I was going to put on the front. I just thought, even though it looked cute, I wanted a little something different. So that's what led to the heat embossing. And okay, so now I'm going to pick this up and create my little sandwich. And of course there's acetate right behind that gold piece of paper. And you guys can see how easily this does come together, because those dies made it a lot easier. So I'm super happy with that. Now what I'll do with this, actually, to allow it to dry and dry flat so that I don't get a curve, is that I'm going to put it underneath something heavy. In this case, I'll just go ahead and put an acrylic block right on top because it's the right size and it's nice and heavy. I learned that from Olga. I think her last name is Diretarenko, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys probably know who she is. I saw her do that in a video and I thought, that's excellent, because those blocks can be quite heavy. So there's that one. And then what I did was that I don't like to let my papers go to waste. All of these papers are just so adorable. So I take all my little snippets and I created some little flowers, as you can see there. And I literally just took leftover papers. And so that's going to be my topper on my little perfume bottle, because I think the pinks in the paper look really cute. And I also am grouping these together with these adorable little typewriters that I made. Look at how cute. So this was, I wanted to show you because I'm referring to the leftover snippets of paper, of course. And what I did was that I recently made a mini album, a collection from Crate Paper called Cute Girl, and it had all of these little cards. And I just thought they were so sweet, and they were kind of left over from the book that I made. So I decided to use this adorable typewriter die that I have. That one there. And if you're interested, I did get this at Tuesday morning, but it came with these cute little stamps also, like that. So what I did was that I took those pieces of paper, and instead of just throwing them in a pile, as I do often, and I have to admit, I went ahead and just used them as if they were my little papers on the typewriters here. And this one's not finished yet, as you can tell. It needs a bottom there, but what I did was it came together quite easily because I just snipped the corners with my crocodile there to make them round, just to emulate the roundness of the little typewriter there. And then I slipped them in, adhered them to the back, and then on the back here what you see is the gold paper that's layered there. So that came together quite easily. Then what I did was that I got some ribbon and I adhered it here, and then I started pleating it, and then I made these little tiny flowers with, again, the leftover papers, and then I have these mulberry flowers in my stash, so I just layered that there, and I thought that came out so sweet. So I'll be sharing these also here. See, there's quite a few more, and I still have some little flowers to make. What I did was that I cut out a bunch of them, so I've got it almost looks like confetti on my desk, but yeah, that'll be coming together. I just figured I should show you guys, and I'm quite happy. I think they're really adorable. So those shakers are going to go along with these here, which are the little suitcases that I showed you guys. I think I showed this one before. I can't remember now. Yes, I think it was this one because it had the little doily. So this is my finished project there, and it's going out a little late, but I figured better late than never. I've been quite busy working on some other things, so I figured in case you guys see the pictures on Instagram, this is what they look like behind the camera, I guess. And there is one more, but I've already wrapped it up, so I'm not going to be able to show you guys that one. I do believe I may have taken a picture of it. Now, for the recipients of these, sadly, because of the way that I made them, they are going to have to rip them open. But it is paper, people. If you want to be tedious about it, I don't know, and this is just personal preference, you could take an X-Acto knife and just run it through that bottom part of that stitch, and then the box will open without having to tear. But that's a personal preference thing, you know. I think the thought's what counts when it comes to these kinds of things. But in any case, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and that you create out of love, that you can be inspired and be blessed. Bye-bye.